We are live. It's Monday night,
Monday night
guys.
Sketchy live.
How are you?
You've made it to another fun Monday night Sketchy.
Yes.
We're excited to be with you. You've made it to the right place tonight. We continue with the Kona 5 transformation rendering. So if you weren't here last week, we inked that rendering in the plan that we're going to do for the Kona 5, turning in from a cool VW bug or Volksrad into a truck Volksrad.
Yes.
And
so
we're going to add some color to it tonight. We're going to talk about some more time spent in the Jalopy Garage. So we have got lots to talk about, and we hope you interact. We'd love to hear your comments, love to get some feedback, and all of this happening right now. Sketchy Live starts now. Oh, I love the Sketchy Live intro. I do. It always gets me in such a good mood.
It is fun.
Hey, what's going on? It's Johnny Jalopy. I am here with my beautiful wife, ityB. This is Sketchy Live. Who knows what episode we're on? We're on episode blah, 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 blah.
There's been a lot.
Yeah.
There's been a lot.
6 years we've been doing this.
5 and a half. Over a half.
5.5 years
Yeah,
we've been doing Sketchy Live.
Actually.
And we're so excited to be with you again tonight on this Monday. We got so much to do. Again, we're heading to the Kona 5 transformation rendering. We're going to do, we've done the inking last Monday. We talked about what happened in the garage. And then, of course, we had a cool little debate, some information on that. I got some comments that came in about our debate. We may discuss that again, maybe add some extras onto it. And then, of course, we're going to add color to the Kona 5 and talk about what we've been doing.
Yeah, because as you know, Johnny kept the color scheme of his Kona transformation a secret.
Yeah, sort of. But what's interesting,
you yelled at me on live broadcast.
That was years
for
ago.
Sharing
that was years
your
ago.
Supposed changing color, and now you're changing it up again.
Let's be honest, that was way before any transformation thoughts were even thought.
It was.
So the color scheme itself has really almost become back burner, like importance. There's so much other stuff that I got to figure out design wise. I'm still trying to figure out. Well, we'll talk about that stuff. That's the cliffhanger. We got more to talk about, some more ideas. I might be looking for some of your input for that kind of stuff. We love your input on anything that we're doing, Sketchy Live. And of course, yeah. So I'm going to start getting into maybe a little more detail inking and definitely adding into some shadow, and then we'll get into the color. ityB,
take us
who's
away.
in on the broadcast. I was leaving it as a cliffy.
Yes, you go ahead and get started.
I will
go
do
ahead
that.
and
Okay.
share your screens here.
I
there
am
we
up
go.
and going. Up and going.
And we have Lizzie Daughtry joining us tonight.
Well,
from
hey,
Dade City.
Lizzie, what is up?
Hello, you two. It's Monday Fun Day, she says, and she's sharing her YouTube.com Ms. Butterfree 34.
Ms. Butterfree 34.
Hopefully people are going to check that out. I know she does her auctions on Wednesdays.
I got to imagine if she's still, she's been doing auctions now for quite some time.
And she has the cool resin, I say trinkets.
I don't really like the word trinkets because it feels
maybe she likes it because that's it. They are trinkety type things.
Maybe you should ask her.
Keychains, jewelry, like it's trinkety stuff, but it's very cool. And I am the proud owner of some pieces.
So as you say, when you say trinkets, you don't mean any disrespect in that description.
Fun trinkets. Every woman loves trinkets.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know what the definition of a trinket is, but
we might have to look that up.
We've got Howard Pierpont joining us. 90 degrees at sunset in Maurice, Louisiana. He's there with Brian and Lisa McCoy at Bouillon Customs. Thank you for tuning in. Where in the world is Howard Pierpont? Apparently in Maurice, Louisiana.
Maurice.
Louisiana.
I'm really struck. Why is this doing
We've
this?
got Paul Marziani joining us. Welcome, sir. Tuning in probably from Bradenton, I would imagine. Frank Pupello's joining us. Yeah, it's time for Sketchy Live. Welcome.
It is time.
Ron Cousinow is joining us. Johnny, hope all is good. Love your work. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes, Ron, where are you tuning in from? Let us know.
Let us know.
Joe Lombardo, hello from Jersey.
What's
guys.
up, Joe? How are we doing?
Welcome, our De Lorenzo connoisseur.
Oh man, I want some De Lorenzo.
We missed it. We're like a year out now.
Yeah,
missing it. Lizzie said, I have new pumpkin molds. If anyone is interested in me making you one. I love all things
Halloween.
fall.
Oh, fall, yes.
And Halloween and pumpkins. I might be getting with you. Ron says, play nice. Enzo Fiermonti's joining us. Hello, guys.
What's up, Enzo?
Hello from Jersey. Another Jersey listener. Love it.
Love it.
My home state.
It is your home state. You are from Jersey.
I am, and I am
the
proud.
Garden State.
I am proud. We've got Old School's Garage joining us, Mike Ferrucci. Good soaking wet evening from Homosassa.
Yeah, man.
True story. We have
Holy
been
rain today, huh?
Yes, under rain cover all day today, off and on.
Sucked.
And now that we have the dog, we are doing trips outside with the umbrella.
Yeah, well, some of us are.
Johnny was working out in the garage today and was already soaked. And I'm like, oh, good. You can take her.
You're wet, so go ahead and get more wet.
And you're like, I'm wet from sweat. Like it's different.
It is different.
It is not. It,
Yes,
it should have felt good, honestly.
Well,
should have felt good.
Should have.
Robert Spear is joining us also from New Jersey.
What's up, Robert?
Hey, yo.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, my goodness. We have Glenn Harvey tuning in from Australia.
Nice.
Little down under.
Well, let's see if we can.
I love it.
Let's see if we can really ruin a friendship.
I love it. I have always been intrigued with Australia. I love.
You do.
I don't. I mean, obviously, I've only seen what's been shown on TV, and now we have the internet.
That's really the vast amount of your knowledge when it comes to Australia.
It really is. I know you have koalas,
right? But let's be honest. What was his name again? I apologize.
Oh, Glenn.
So Glenn, just to let you know, ityB is a huge fan of Australia and has gained all of her knowledge. This is a classic American. Has gained all of her knowledge from the Paul Hogan movies, and so Crocodile Dundee, and then Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter. Yeah, so that's pretty much where, and of course she follows the family now.
I do follow
on
the
Instagram.
Irwin family.
Yeah, so she follows. So that you are in touch with your true. But you are a fan of the country. You would like to. We would love to go and visit someday and really see.
And there's a pretty huge car scene over there.
Giant car scene. Some great car people over there. As Glenn is one of them, I'm sure.
I'll be going for the koalas and the kangaroos. You will be going for the cars.
I think it's got the country with the most deadliest everything there.
Probably, yes.
Like everything could kill you there.
Yeah. Robert Spears said checking in from Tatooine. Actually.
Oh, okay. So are we?
Because Robert Spear is the co-host.
Yes, but I want to. Are you somewhere close?
Well, he said from Tatooine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not in Florida.
He's not. Why would he be in Florida?
How was it Wally World?
Oh,
Disneyland, Disney World.
He might have been.
Yeah, Galaxy.
Oh, so maybe he is.
Yeah,
the Galaxy.
See how I could be a detective and you would be my sidekick, continually going. I don't know why are we going into this warehouse?
Yeah,
because the murderer said it was here.
Right.
Oh,
that's where we need to go.
When did it say that?
We've got Dennis Gibbish joining us. Gib, our buddy Gib, tuning in from YouTube. Actually, we are live on YouTube and on Facebook, guys. So
the legend.
Either one. Lizzie said, ityB, I'll send you the video. Okay, perfect. Okay. Paul Marziani said you need a fence and a doggy door. Yeah, we do need a fence. That's coming. The doggy door, though, is going to be a challenge because we don't have the setup to do it.
We don't have a dog. Oh, we do have a dog.
We do have a dog.
No doggy door.
We need a doggy door.
The problem is Beth has been online and she keeps pulling up in her cart Snoop Doggy doors. And I said, I don't know if Snoop Dogg is endorsing those You know what I just noticed on this rendering too?
What?
Hey, Johnny, you're missing a tire.
What do you mean?
I forgot to draw the other wheel.
Where?
It's over on the other side.
Oh, a little bit of it
Holy,
hanging out, you mean?
holy rendering errors.
Unreal. And you're supposed to be a
Yeah,
pro.
I'm supposed to be.
Shaggy LeBlanc is tuning in. He says, that's bitching,
Shag
man.
nasty.
Missing you guys. We will be up there in Michigan in no time to spare.
I just got asked questions of what day we were coming in.
Yes, and we still need to decide that.
Yes, we do.
So, Shaggy, we are going to have to get with you this week. We want to get tickets.
I assumed it was they were meeting on Thursday, so I said Thursday.
Yeah. So we will get that figured out with you. But yeah, we're going to be up there in just like weeks. It's like weeks away at this point. So
Ron was
super
asking.
Excited for that Frankenmuth show.
Yeah, I got to figure out how I'm going to get all the stuff because of the my.
We're getting it figured out.
Preamble.
John Doyle is joining us. What up, y'all? That's badass. Yeah, this is John and anyone else is tuning in right now. This is what Johnny is building out in the Jalopy Garage at the moment. Very excited. He did a stint of maybe like 4 or 5 days where he was off work, a little staycation in the garage, and got quite a bit done. And now it's pretty much maybe every day when you get home from the day job, you're out there. Maybe every day off when you're not out tending to Mama Wood, you are here doing that. Yep. So it's been a lot of hard work and very much alone time. I have not been out there often at all.
No.
So I apologize. And there's been a few times you've asked for my help, but I'm working. I work from home, so I can't leave my desk.
Yeah, supposedly. But then I come in here and you're like on the phone with a friend and you're at a party.
Joe Lombardo said,
"Can I gotta get love?" And
Joe Lombardo said, "Utes in Australia."
Yes, the 2 Utes.
Oh, Mike Frucci said the huge jumping spiders. Yeah. Where was that spider invasion where like you couldn't even walk outside without?
Oh, where they were like in the trees and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I think that was Australia.
I don't know. It looks pretty gnarly.
Kill me now. That was crazy.
Kill you now?
Oh my God. I would be moving. I could not.
Yeah, I'm not. So here, we talk about we weren't talking about fears, but let's talk about fears. So I would rather wrestle a shark.
Did you just say wrestle?
Yep, wrestle. I would rather wrestle a shark than have anything to do with spiders. I've already been bitten pretty bad by brown recluse, which is the deadliest one here in Florida. Or deadly.
I've heard this story a million times.
Oh, let's hear about your injury.
I don't think people want to see.
No, nobody wants to hear about it because it's lame. I was talking about a death-defying injury where a deadly poisonous thing bit me. What'd you do? Fall?
I did fall.
Whoopity-doo.
And I got hurt. Yeah. Spiders are
Speedar.
Nuts.
Is what they call them here.
They're nuts. I don't want them. I don't like them.
I'm not a big fan.
No.
Those and bees. Not a fan of bees either.
Yeah. I've gotten stung a couple times. It's not fun. Lizzie said, ityB, I just sent you the video. Please go check it out. Will do.
I've been fortunate I haven't been stung. I don't want to be stung because I've only heard horror stories.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I was ever stung by a bee. I was stung by a yellow jacket. Those are different. There's
nothing's crazier when you walk in a closet and then that one yellow jacket just jumps on you and stings you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go in closets.
Kevin Malone says latest updates with the door window frame looks good. Welds need to hold, not look pretty. That's what the grinders.
Yes, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. But yes, that was a big accomplishment today. At least getting the one side done and trying to figure out where I was going to pull that 3 or 4 inches of metal from. I was like, where am I going to get this metal that would match and still allow the door to come up into the frame and stuff like that? So I just went into my spidey senses and I looked and I was able to take the very bottom portion, the closest towards the door hinge area that I cut off, which was about 5 inches, and was able to take that and then re-bend some of the top metal so that it would match the part that slides into the door framing itself.
It's almost seamless. You
From the outside. Now
the
inside, on the other hand, I'm gonna have to probably make a patch panel that'll make it look and more match the back end side of it. But the front side definitely looks correct, right?
Yeah.
You looked at it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought you did a great job.
I was pretty stoked. For never doing anything like that. I was pretty, again, not in any way. I was just, it was a huge accomplishment for myself. So, and I'm sure for you guys out there who
you're jumping hurdles.
You guys out there who are already fabricator guys and are like, yeah, dude, that's what you do. And that's how you do it. You know, without, again, not having, access,
any formal training,
no formal training, just a little bit of time at the full custom boot camp times I've gone. And you know, the hard part with the time frame issue too is I had questions this morning and I'm like, shit, you know, I'm out there at 8 o'clock. I'm like, what time is it in California? I can't send a text message now, the guy's sleeping, I would assume. So, you know, 11 and 12 o'clock showed up and I texted Ian because I was having some welding issues, and
he's been great to respond.
Oh my god, immediately he's texted me back and he's like, hey, try this, try that, do this, try that. And then he goes, if I get a chance, I'll try to do a small little video for you too and send it to you.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
But I was able to figure some stuff out, just kind of rolling my sleeves up and going, okay, slow down, let's do that first, let's stop.
And the weather here today was a challenge.
Oh, so windy.
It was windy. It was rainy.
So
it was very wet out.
I had every intention, because on my list, my checklist, which I, you know, have my first check mark is off, by the way. I think I might even have 2 now, but I kind of had to skip.
Nice.
But I had every intention to continue trying to enclose the back of the cab and start working, you know, kind of from the floor up. And because I couldn't do that because the ass end of Kona sticks out the garage and all the wind, so I pulled her all the way inside the garage and basically went after the stuff that I had been dreading doing, because I'm like, oh, this is the part I don't know if I'm going to be able to do. And today I accomplished where I got most of it all welded in, and even where there was pretty big gaps in the pie cuts I did to get the pillars to stretch out, I was able to fill those in. I probably gone through multiple flap discs because I was doing so much grind. I'm sure you heard the grinder all day today. My cheap little grinder held in. It didn't die. I was pretty stoked.
Cool. Robert Spears said, I was in Batu last week. I just wanted to sound cool saying I was in Tattoo.
Oh, Batu. Where's Batu?
I don't know.
It's next to Bat 1.
Oh, it's BATU.
Your face right there was hilarious. Oh. I gotta freeze frame that one. Screenshot that.
Lane Kelton is joining us. Welcome, sir. I'm looking at this rendering, and there is no color on this yet. So
I got my shadows.
Get to coloring. Guy Hodges, greetings from the Lone Star State. What's the state?
Texas.
Yes, indeed.
Where the stars at night are big and bright.
Zach Parks is joining us, looking killer. He's digging it.
Thanks, my friend.
Yeah, I think there's like people either hate this or really love the way it's going. I think some people are like, why did you chop it? Why did you do what you did?
Yeah, well, listen, there's moments. There's been moments while I've been doing it, I've been like, why did I do this?
Right.
Was this a good idea?
It's going to look like this when it's done. So I'm excited. Matt Williams is joining us.
Williams?
Nope, just Williams.
Williams, okay.
Good evening to the Chop Top duo. Joe Lombardo said B's been stung 23 times. Yikes.
I just don't like them.
Zach Park says, how are you going to do the back window? So we've had a couple opportunities. There was actually one of our buddies, Dan Kilbride, which we've talked about on the broadcast, has a sick bus.
Yeah.
He just posted that there was a bus window, a VW bus window, back window available, but he already had a taker on it. Those things go fast. These parts go fast. So I don't think we're going to wind up doing that. I mean, we're still on the lookout. We're pretty far out really at this point still from needing it, right? Or do you need to make a decision before you make the hole?
To be honest, no.
So it's probably one of like probably more toward the last things that we're going to do. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're still looking, and if need be, then Johnny's just gonna order one. We like the mailbox. Was it a mailbox?
Mail slot.
Mail slot. Super thin and like longer, and it's gonna fit almost within the mock-up you already did for the back.
Yeah, and again, I'm still not. I don't know if I'm sold completely on doing that because I almost think I need to complete the bed to really figure out, okay,
design wise,
how what's going to look the coolest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
we're going for functionality, of course, because he needs to be able to see out the back window.
I do want to be able to see.
Cool is definitely a factor. If we're going this far to do as much as we're doing to this thing,
Yeah,
we're going to do every element of it to be the way you want it.
Yes.
We're not taking any shortcuts here. Joe Lombardo said, love the visor over the windshield. Yeah, and this was on Kona before. Did this come with? Yeah, it came with the visor when you first got it.
I'm actually going to redo the visor too. I'm going
to talk about mocking that.
Yeah, the way it's in there now, I'm going to do some other design elements on it just to make it look a little different. Like I don't necessarily like the way it folds over the sides of the windows. So, but we'll see. I mean, again, those are the fun end, like put it all together type
just
stuff.
The design elements.
Yeah. So I haven't got that far yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Mike Ferrucci said you can show off your mad metal working skills. Yep.
Yeah.
He's doing it, and there have been challenges along the way. We talked about you blowing through some of the welds and making some
pretty
holes
much was all today. It was just every adjustment I did on the welder to try to get, again, was watching YouTube videos, and it's, hey, if you're blowing through stuff, you're probably either got the wire speed too quick or the heat's too hot. So I turned everything down, and I was still blowing through the metal, and I'm like, God dang it. So then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm too far away. And I just watched the video. I wasn't too far away. I was definitely within the angles and the distance you're supposed to be.
It's a learning process.
Checked my ground. So a lot ended up being, some of it, I think I was trying to weld on where I hadn't ground it down to complete. There was a little bit of paint on it. I was trying really hard not to have to put patches in, because I was worried about them blowing through the patch and stuff. So I did do the coat hanger thing did work.
Good.
So I did try that.
We were on the hunt for no wire hangers now.
Yeah.
We needed the wire hangers, and we got one or two of them. So
yeah. So
he was using those.
So that did work.
A couple little tips and tricks. It's all just a learning process, though. And again, you're out there by yourself.
For a lot of these dudes that are watching, I'm sure it's like, yeah, dude, of course, do this. What's the problem?
Ron Baker's joining us. We have beehives. Red wasps are the worst. Bee stings don't hurt very long. Yeah, I climbed a tree as a child and hit a nest or a hive. You
climbed a tree once?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was a tomboy growing up, believe it or not.
No, I can believe it.
Oh. Mike said, you're doing awesome. I'm no fabricator. I'm learning as I go too. See, everybody's in the same boat who doesn't have the experience. Everybody had to learn at one point. Michael Allen is joining us. Welcome, sir. He says, hi, guys.
What's going on?
Dennis the Menace Jackson.
There's Dennis. Hey, what's
Howdy,
up, man?
kids.
Hey, dude.
Welcome. Mary Evans is joining us tonight. She said, hello, Mr. Good Torch. That's what she's been calling you.
That's not Mary.
Oh, is it Dan?
That's Dan.
Mary and Dan. Yeah, Mr. Good Torch. I love it. We've got Bob Shaboom. Speaking of torches.
Yeah, holy.
Mr. Fries. Looking good. Looks cool. He's digging it.
Definitely with the torch as right.
You know what's funny? Because I didn't friend any of these people. I think maybe Shaggy was on my friends list before Autorama. But since Autorama, I've got Scott Ferguson, I've got Bob, I've got Mike Sadler. There is so much stuff going on up in Michigan. Every weekend there's some kind of craziness going on. These guys are out, and it's usually Shaggy leading the pack. I saw some trophies and stuff that he did for more shows. The guy is unstoppable, and this crew of people that he travels around with and does all these shows with, all of you, Bob, Scott, just amazing group of people with cool cars, such great talent, and just such a heart to want to share with people and entertain people. Like, I love it. You guys are awesome. Can't wait to see you
great
again.
people too. Just
just who they
salt
are.
of the earth.
Love it. The McCoys are joining us as well. Hello from the McCoys. Dragged Howard Pierpont to a car show at Twin Peaks Saturday.
Nice.
So he could check out the cars and not the waitresses. Oh. Well, there was probably a little bit of both going on.
At a Twin Peaks, I'm sure it's hard.
A little bit of both. Joe said, how about a rear safari window? And that would be kind of cool.
I mean, we looked at so that's kind of what Ian did on the Johnny 5, as he took a bus window and did it like a safari window on the back. I've actually looked at one of the ideas I had, just to kind of keep it old school, being that we've got that cool 53 that we got from it would be cool to do like an old slider window, but
crossways, you mean?
Well, where you can open up the middle and it's open.
Yeah, that would be cool. Mike said, do you have any brass plates? We were just talking about this. Weld won't stick to brass. So get some brass plates and hold it behind the opening. Start your weld on the brass and drag it over. It will help the blow through.
Thanks.
You were just talking about it today.
I was talking to you about that. Yes. I was like, man, I wish I had some brass.
I know. So and these are things like, I wouldn't have known that. A normal person wouldn't know that. So you've obviously done your homework, and we just don't have brass laying around. So
no,
if anybody has any candlesticks they want to part with, it'll be ityB with the candlestick in the garage.
That's right.
Johnny with the welder in the garage. Dennis says he's loving the build.
Thanks.
Dan says, didn't fool you? ? So he knew you'd know. We've got Art Smith on the broadcast.
There he is.
Tuning in from YouTube. Legend. Close cut. He says,
right.
Hey, folks.
What up, man?
Mike said, sorry, I mean copper, not brass.
Oh.
Is it copper?
I've heard that brass is the same. Like when you're doing plug welds or spot welds, that's an easy way to do it too. And that was the thing. I'm laying, pieces of the body. So it wasn't really any way for me to do if I'm doing sheet metal, you can pre-drill some small holes, and then you kind of spot weld in those holes. And that kind of keeps you from blowing through the metal, and it kind of burns out and then grabs on and melts in. And you can they usually have a little thing that's got brass on the back.
Is the quality of the metal that you bought, that you have in your threading machine, is that good quality metal?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
because sometimes, if they say it was bad metal or old metal, would that cause a problem?
Well, that's just it. So a lot of the metal that I'm kind of grafting in is old metal, and it's how clean am I making it? That was another thing that I hadn't done, which was part of the blow through issues I was having. Was
you got to clean all the rust off it.
Well, you got to grind it down to just a clean metal surface, so that you're metal on metal as you're welding, and the contact is so much better. And again, another thing, my grounds were shitty, so I was making sure all the paint was off where I was grounding, getting the ground as close to where I'm welding as possible. That's a big deal. So there was a lot of things that I wasn't doing probably correctly that was getting me some blow through, but I'm still dealing with blow through. And again, I've taken Ian's advice, and I adjusted down and went down to, minimals. And then he's like, just start moving your wire speed up as you go, and you can try to find a sweet spot. And I would find a sweet spot. Like I told you, I'd get it all good, and I'd find these little pinholes. I'm like, okay, now I'll just really tap
it in.
Just hit it real lightly and get it in there. Nope. And then boosh, there'll be a giant hole. And I'm like, damn it. So it's been challenging and a little frustrating. And today was a very frustrating day. Aside with the weather, which was a kind of a pain in the butt. But again, this is the best part of this whole build. Not only am I challenging myself with learning to fabricate pieces and do this whole chop with never doing one, but I've really challenged myself mentally as well, not to lose my shit. And there's been multiple times where I've been out there and I'm like, I'm going to chuck this welder out the door.
I heard a thud today, and I ran out to see if you were trapped underneath something.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
No.
So thank God.
I was like, what do you want?
Joe Lombardo said, yeah, Johnny, you're 100% right. Open the middle would be better for the window. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think, like I said, I've been looking at kind of a maybe old school, like mini truck sliders, like you would have on an old Toyota or Ford Ranger or something like that, and doing something like that.
We don't have to make any decisions yet. That's probably going to
But
be
I've also looked at the, doing the hot rod thought, which is the mail slot window. Where it's real thin and it looks cool and stuff. But then again, that's something that you would see on if anybody was going to do it. Here's the thing I think I'm excited about. Most of the Volksrods that I've seen that have been turned into trucks all do it as a roadster, where they take the whole top off, just cut the windshield short, chopped, and they run it as a roadster. And then if they do put a top on it, they might put a Carson top or something like that. The fact that we're fabricating a whole enclosed cab is a little different. It's not unique by any means. There's other people that have done that too. Sure. Listen, I've been sent that one gold VW truck I showed you, right?
Yes.
I'm like, I had to have had about 70 people send me that photo. Go, Johnny, this is a good idea. Check out this. And I really appreciate everybody sending me the photos. And I don't look at them and go, are you kidding me? This is stupid. I just go, yep, you're right. That's a great example of what I'm trying to do. It's such a cool bug that I'm trying so hard to not do it like that rendering. I'm really trying.
If you know anything about the love of my life, you will know he does not like to follow what everybody else is doing. Very much an individualist.
Not a big fan. This is like looking a little green, isn't it?
It's very green.
Yeah.
You need blue in there?
I wanted it more
turquoisal.
Yeah, it's looking a little green.
Ray Haas said, what is a metal place on Ridge? Some kind of scrap metal. There is a metal place.
Yes, that's actually where I've been getting my metal.
Okay.
Yep.
Art said aluminum and or copper, no brass. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I just was watching a video today. The gentleman was talking about aluminum.
Okay.
As an option.
Aluminium, yes.
For our
Guy Hodges says, how does working in 3D compared to 2D?
Fun.
A little different.
Yeah, so like in this, I just drew the chop. It's perfect. My welds are spot on. There's no blow bar right here. If you look at my welds, although I did kind of, knowing how I was going to do this, there are holes.
Yeah.
So the rendering is pretty true to how it's going to look, which is
it's not going to be perfect. We've already decided it's going to be very rat roddy.
Yeah, I've even considered some options as far as ways to make my welds look a little more
rustic,
passable.
Yeah. The Evans want to know, did you use the coat hanger? Did it work?
Yes, I did use the coat hanger, and yes, it did work. It did work.
Need more.
Yeah, that was the problem. So here's the first problem. So I got that coat hanger and it was cut in half, right?
Right.
So I set both up on the drip rail and I grabbed one with my big giant gloves, right? And I got it in my hand and I'm welding. And then I go to set it down and it falls right into the window on the driver's side. And it's just a little piece sticking up, right? So I'm like, okay. All I got to do is find my needle nose and I can grab it and pull it back out. So I'm searching around and I go to see them and I trip and kind of kick the tire. I come back. It's inside the window.
This reminds me of a Raquel trip.
Yes.
Where we had to buy a magnetic extension rod to get the nut out of the engine that you dropped.
The carburetor.
Yeah.
It had fallen into the carburetor.
Yeah. Good times. I'm glad I wasn't out there holding the flashlight. That's all I'm saying.
No, you were just looking cute with your big giant boots.
Oh, that was then. I'm talking about now.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
I would have been barefoot or in my slippers. We've got Ralph Pop Sanchez joining us. Howdy from San Antonio, Texas.
What's up?
Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining tonight. If you are just joining us on YouTube or on Facebook Live, we are streaming on both. Johnny is coloring in. This is a little bit of the color scheme idea.
The idea of it, yes.
For what our final.
And again, this may not, because again, it's still looking a little green.
It's super green.
every time I go to try turquoise it down, it turns blue. So
We were talking about more of a patina looking.
right, but
You need to put some oranges in there, some browns in there. Come on, color guy, spin your wheel.
Spin your wheel.
Kevin Malone said, got to go to Home Depot and get a short piece of copper pipe for water. Smash it flat with a hammer for a backer while welding in to help with the blow through. It's under $10.
So
great tip.
Right. So the problem is where I'm getting the most blow through is on the top of the roof, where the metal itself I almost can't get to. Like there's the interior portion is super tight to the inside, folds up over and goes back in.
So you're getting blow through where? To the other side of the metal?
Not yeah, it's just holes. Blow through is giant holes in it. Yeah.
Well, we will find something. Ralph says alcohol definitely helps. He
haven't.
You've been drinking coffee and water, and that's it out there.
Mostly
in the garage.
water. Yeah. Hey, 20 pounds, man.
Yeah, he's down 20 pounds. That's what a little bit of hard work.
Hard work's really paying off.
Concentration and yeah. Why is this blurry?
What are you talking about?
There's something on here that's blurry. It says your overhead cam is blurry. No, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
It's a message?
No.
Don't stop talking.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I don't know why it's even on here. So don't look at that last one, guys. It shouldn't be there. I almost want to remove it, but I don't want to screw anything up.
Don't touch anything.
I don't think it needs to be here. You know what it is? It's probably this.
Oh, it's the back camera. Why are you even looking at that?
You've got it added to the stream.
It doesn't.
Now it's in my thing.
In order to share the screen. So
okay. Well. Alrighty. Anyhow, Art is saying, "Don't worry, man. Getting ticked off is all part of the build." Yeah, I would assume so. I think everybody goes through something like this when they're dealing with a project, especially when they don't have a ton of experience and maybe not even all the proper tools. I feel like you pretty well equipped yourself though with everything. So
I sure tried to grab some things that I could.
We are accepting donations for wire hangers though. Robert Spear said, my friend is fabricating a VW bus dragster. I have to send you some pictures.
Nice.
He's also a backyard welder and not a pro. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk once this is done about a new project. I think by the end of this, he's going to have it down pretty well. That's my belief.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. That's for sure. It's been really fun though.
Mike Frucci saying, no doubt it gets overwhelming, but it's part of the process. Take it one piece at a time. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We've got Earl McSquirrel joining us tonight.
Hey, man, what's up? One of our local Volks people.
Are you going to have a sunroof, soft, removable, hard, panel, fixed?
So currently there on Kono, there was a steel removable top, hole, almost like where you would have had a convertible, like a rag top. So it was removable metal. ityB and I have talked. We're going to I'm going to fabricate it to where it still will be functional. It's going to be much smaller than it was. In fact, we're utilizing some of the panel itself to make more of the roof, the little feature in the back here. But that's the plans. We're going to add that to it. But we're also going to add a canvas snap-in top as well, so that we can, during summertime, if we don't want to run any roof, we can have it open to the air and stuff. So that'll be cool.
But then with the unpredictable rain, we can pull over and snap it closed.
Right. Yeah. That was the only downside of the metal one, is it was, I had to take it off.
It was too large to be able to transport. So if we took it off, it was off all day. We didn't have room in the car to put it. So the idea is that this new one, because the cab is going to be much smaller than what we had before, we'll be able to fit it either in the back, or Johnny's talking about maybe making a spot in the bed for it, like a rack of some sort.
Some sort of rack.
So it may be
some sort of rack-a-mole.
It will definitely be sunroof-esque, because we're going to have one way or another it open, or the ability to open. So Zach Park said, I'm back. What did I miss? LOL. We've got a little bit of color in here, Zach. So maybe you can see that now. We've got Marcus joining us from YouTube. First time listener. Pretty darn cool that you interact with your fans.
Oh, we love to.
This
And
is-
thanks so much for hanging out.
This is what we love. This what makes it worth it for us. And this is why we come every Monday night, is to have the closeness with you guys, be able to answer questions.
Yeah, so we're so grateful that you're here and you're hanging out with us. And one of the things that we love for new folks when they come in is tell us where you're from.
Yes,
we love to know where our new listeners are from, and our old listeners, of course, know the routine. And generally, you can tell us the weather, what's going on in your day.
We do like to know if it's raining by you. Is it cold? He said, I started out welding with a simple project, a VW Fender scooter, like the Volkspod ones. I have much respect for fabricators. Johnny is not a fabricator.
That's okay. You can say it.
I'm
all.
Not at all. So it is huge what he's taking on, because this has always been something that you've wanted to do. The only real experience fabricating that you've had, and we've talked about the difference between customization and fabricating. We did a whole Sketchy live on that one night, remember? Because I thought it was one and the same, and you're like, no, customization is completely different than fabricating, because customization doesn't always have to be fabrication. Customization,
yes,
could be
that's true. Yes,
new tires.
Yes,
it could be
changing
out a window.
Correct. Fabrication is where you're actually going in and you're making things out of nothing.
Body morphing.
Yeah, you identify as a VW bug, or sorry, you are a VW bug, but you identify as a Volkswagen pickup,
and then we make it happen.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So not a fabricator. He's done a little bit with Ian Russell on Full Custom Garage. He's assisted, had some tasks and carried them out under guidance. And I think you got a little taste of it.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I want to do it. And
we're doing it. You know, of course, when the master of metal is telling you, dude, it's just metal, just do it. You're like, I could do it.
You could. I'm so glad you're undertaking the project. This is fun. And I'm glad that we have a fan base of people that are excited to see what you come up with.
Yeah, it's been neat. I've enjoyed everyone's comments and interaction, feedback, sure. And hey, Johnny, did you think about doing this, or have you tried this? And I'm like, yo, man, that's a great idea. Or, food for thought definitely for that. So that part's been really fun.
Zach Park says, "Where are you at? We could flake it together."
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
We're in Florida. Zach, where are you tuning in from? We've got Hal Schaefer, Real Deal. How about it? Carburetor Man has joined. Welcome, sir.
What's up?
Always good to have you a part of the broadcast.
So here's a thought I've had, babe. So currently, the thing that I've really always loved about Kona is that we kept just for fun and for it to be different, is the hood has always been black where the rest of the car is painted. Did we paint the hood this time?
I like it black.
I do too. Okay, then that's what we're going to continue, because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, it's
almost too much. We need something to break up the monotony.
I mean, of course, it's going to be. It'll always be rattle can paint job,
of course,
because that's what I do.
It's all we have access to.
Well, that's what I do.
It is what you do. I've done that. I can honestly say I have been a painter, because I have done it.
I have painted majority of most of the vehicles I've owned in my life have all been rattle canned. I think the only time I had a car that was actually painted was my 78 Toyota pickup truck that I owned in high school. But that was still a place that my mom and I found this guy who was like this old guy who's like, yeah, I can paint your car for, he's in California. I can paint your car for $200, man. And then I was like, $200? And I took it to him, and sure enough, he painted my car for $200.
That seems pricey for back then.
That was pretty cheap, considering he had this, what was, there was a lot. There was another time.
You say so.
There was another time where here's my fabricating skills as in high school, had no idea how to weld. The bottom of my Toyota doors were all rusted, huge holes in it, right? So what does Johnny do? Goes in tape. No. I think roof guys would use it, or they sold it at the for like you would repair mufflers with it, the big metal tape. So I took that. This is before I took it to the guy, of course. I took that big metal tape and I ran it on the bottom, like sanded it all down, ran it on the bottom so it would match, so it would cover the hole. And then I took pinstripe tape and ran some pinstripe lines on it. So you wouldn't know. And of course, I painted it because the truck was white, painted it white, and then laid that pinstriping tape over it, multicolors. From a parking lot away, look like brand new doors.
Look pretty good. You nut.
Yeah.
We've got Armando Madrigal joining us. Hello from Valladolid, Yucatan, Mexico.
Hey, what's going on?
Bienvenidos. We've got
I
Ralph.
love that you're bilingual.
Oh. Ralph Pop Sanchez said it's probably not good for your sponsors, but if I'm cutting, grinding, and welding, I'm drinking.
Hey, listen.
We have a safe
Cheers,
drink sesh on Monday nights during the broadcast. What are you drinking tonight?
Three Daughters raspberry cider.
Yeah,
me favorite.
And I had the Three Daughters vodka drink, creamsicle vodka drink. Super good.
Super good.
We've got Earl McSquirrel saying perfect. Bobby Theriault is on the broadcast tonight. Bobby, how are you?
There was a blast
from the past,
as you would say.
A blast. We got to meet Bobby when we went up to Georgia. We met him in Columbus.
Good
that was
times.
super cool. Yeah. He said it's hot. LOL. I know. Here too. Noel Patterson, hot as heck out here in California. It looks like we're all feeling it, guys, across the states.
Yeah. You guys are, but and it's so funny to hear too, because I'm like, yeah, well, it was always hot in California from what I remember.
And it's funny because in another couple months, these people will be under snow. And then we're like, it's still hot here.
Mm-hmm.
Guy Hodges said, mad respect for you taking this on. Well
Thanks,
done,
my
sir.
friend. Thanks, my friend.
I'm really excited that he's in it and that he's sticking with it and it's gonna get done. Like I feel like I'm not gonna say we're close. We're probably several months out still, but I think by the time you get it done, I think you'll have it done before the end of the year. Is that your goal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach Park said, I own a big shop outside of Virginia Beach. Ah,
nice.
We were in Virginia Beach when?
Beautiful place.
Back in 2014.
If it didn't feel like it was that far.
Might have been 15 or 16. 2000. Yeah, because it was before he went to Hawaii. My son was stationed in Virginia Beach. We went up there and spent some time in the area. Beautiful area. Love it. And I have friends up there.
You do have friends.
I do. Frank Pupello said that looks awesome. So are we digging the black hood, guys? What are your thoughts? Eric Brunette's joining us. Love what you're doing with Kona. I got 70 Volkswagen names, Oscar, and I have loved filling the journey.
Oh, nice.
70 Volkswagens.
That's a lot.
Oh, it's a 1970 Volkswagen. Maybe
okay. Still.
I'm like, still. That's a lot of Volkswagens if you had 70 of them. Sorry. Chris Anderson, we finally had some rain in Puyallup. Is it Puyallup, Washington? Been over 20 days. Wow. And it's usually pretty wet up there.
Yeah.
From what I understand. Very cool. I like the black. And are you going to maybe do a pinstriping on it? Like right now you have the flames on it. Are you going to give it a fresh color of black, fresh coat?
You mean when it in what we have already?
Yeah. I'm kind of digging the black.
Yeah, I think we're going to go. We'll keep it looking black. Yeah, I think so too.
Frank likes the black hood. Throw on some rust. Yeah, it will definitely have some rust.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it.
As it still has, it's kind of weathered. Yeah,
because it's weathered and it looks.
And it's got the stripes on it.
Yeah, so I got the pinstripes on it too. Yeah.
Eric said, "Talk text." Sorry, that message sounded like I was stroking out. We figured it out. Yeah,
you're good, man.
I like the colors, and we're leaving the 5 on it. You had talked about incorporating some red fink stuff on this.
Yes, I still want to do that. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that.
How and where.
Yeah.
So here's what's nuts: our back window and the little, what are they called? The little windows that popped out in the front that we had. What were they called?
Popped out in the front. The window wings.
Window wings were covered in stickers.
Wing.
And
yeah, we're gonna have to
for
sure
redo sticker, and we won't have the ability to do it because we're making these windows with the ability to roll down, so we really can't put stickers on them. So we've got to find a place to do stickers.
What does that got to do with it?
How are you going to put stickers on the windows if you're rolling the windows down? They're going to get stuck.
It's not gonna keep them from rolling down.
The stickers will get smashed
No,
when you roll it down.
No,
No,
they won't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Why would they get smashed?
I thought they would be.
You're so silly.
Mary and Dan want to know, is Rat Fink going to be displayed again?
Yeah.
We got to figure it out. Maybe you could do it on the hood since you're going to have a semi-blank slate. No?
No.
Maybe a subtle one on the back tailgate.
What? Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's not a bad spot that we could probably do something.
And you had talked about, so the tailgate that we have is, what's on it now? Chevrolet.
I'm going to cut that out.
Yeah. And then what are your thoughts for that? You're going to put.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Johnny Jalopy on the back would be cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah. And we've got to talk to perhaps some of our bead rolling friends.
Yes, if we only knew.
If we only knew someone who did bead rolling,
who does master bead rolling.
I have not seen Hobo's Hot Rod Garage on tonight yet.
He's probably bead rolling.
Yeah, he's probably busy.
Yeah.
Eric said, if you're putting a bed down in the back, a sweet wood burnt Rat Fink or a killer cooler with Rat Fink on it.
Yeah, that's another thought, is some of the accessories that go in the back.
Yeah.
I've also considered, I might make, because we have the rack, finding a new life for that rack. I had thought about actually doing something like this, where we would do
over the engine.
Yeah. Like maybe the rack would kind of sit, one of these kind of deals.
Okay. And then we could still load it up with stuff. Would that be in your sight line though for the back window?
I'm not worried about it.
Why have a back window then?
Because have you learned nothing from design, Beth? It's not about function, it's about looks.
It's about looks.
It's not about why would I I think you have to have a back window. Like it's the law or something.
Is it?
Might be. But yeah, like a rack that goes over the back of it.
Okay.
Something like that, And then you would have goodies in there.
Okay.
Goodies and whatnot.
Well, we still have a cooler. We still have the suitcase. We still have a surfboard.
Mm-hmm.
The surfboard would look cool, especially if it's up. The way you draw your trucks, the trucks you've done with surfboards in the back.
A surfboard.
Fins up.
Yeah.
And your fins are forward always.
Yep.
Fins forward, fins up. That's what we do. Why is Art saying Joe Montana?
I don't know.
Why, Art? What is the Joe Montana reference? Yes, Dan, tailgate, I think, is where we might do the Rat Fink ads. So he's still decided. That's going to be one of like the last things we do too, because that's going to be after paint. That's just accessorizing.
Yeah, it's like low priority stuff.
Oh, Mike Ferrucci said a case of Circus Peanuts candy. I have a history with that candy, and I am not for it.
Yeah, not a big fan of that.
Not a fan of the Circus Peens. Earl Squirrel said, how about a low profile roof rack that extends over the bed like a single cab tarp rack? Yeah,
so I thought about that too as well. I had actually thought really trying to find a way to modify the current rack, make it a little bit smaller and still have it, because it's the wood is rotted out, and
that's aluminum, right? So
I know it's steel.
Is it steel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I was gonna say, how would you weld that?
You can weld aluminum.
They just said aluminum isn't susceptible to heat.
You can weld aluminum.
Huh. Have you tried aluminum foil then for your welds? Maybe filling it in with that?
No.
Can you?
I don't know.
Does anyone know? That's a great idea. That's it's like paper mache 101.
Well, I love that you think in your mind right now, aluminum foil.
Why couldn't you? That would be a great hole filler.
That's a great idea.
That's a great hole filler.
Why didn't ityB think of that?
I did just think
I
of
know,
it, like
that's what I'm saying.
just now on the spot. I am clever. I am clever. Lizzie said, "Loving the bug."
You're something, that's for sure.
Steven Sutherland's joining us. He's just said Firebird, as we know, as he does every week.
Every week. One of these days, I'm going to get a Firebird done.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna. I mean, we had wanted to do the rendering of the Johnny 5, which you did last week. We wanted to incorporate the color scheme, which you're doing this week, but I think we are going to be leaving the Johnny 5. I'm sorry, Johnny 5. Look at me, Johnny 5, Kona 5.
That's okay. I was going along with it.
Yeah, we're leaving the Kona 5 for the moment. Tonight will probably be the last you'll see of us doing any renderings until we get a little closer to it being done. But we will get back in the regular scheme of things because there's a ton of stuff on the list for Johnny to draw.
Yes.
We've got some movie cars and stuff coming up in the next couple months as well. We've got a lot of prep going on for that Frankenmuth show. We're going to be up in Michigan with the crew. And also, we are going to be planning an auction. And we probably will do that. I would guess maybe the first week of August. We'll try and get it knocked out the first week of August. If you joined us for the last auction, we did that right before we went to Detroit the first time, right?
I want to say that's right.
I want to say it was January or February. So you can look back and see how that one went. But we're sitting on a slew of Johnny Jalopy original designs.
I got some cool stuff that just
very cool stuff. It didn't just show up. It was stuff that you may have made available on Facebook, and due to algorithms and just people not participating.
That guy Al.
Yeah, we didn't have stuff sell, so it's been accumulating, and we have quite a bit, and there's quite a bit there from years ago.
Yeah.
The last auction that you did, you shared your story behind each design, how you came up with it, what was going through your head. It baffles me how you can remember what you were thinking and what you were doing during that time. But he remembers everything. He remembers every car he did. Like if I said, "Oh, have you done a black S10?" "Oh yeah, it was such and such." And there it is. You just know, you remember everything you do, probably because you put so much heart and soul into what you're doing, which is awesome.
I'd like to think that's why.
Yeah. So we're going to have an auction. Be on the lookout for that. We will advertise for it. I believe did just a live on Facebook last time we did. I do not think we did a YouTube live.
No. Of course, I don't think we were really up on YouTube yet.
We were.
Oh.
We were. But I think because of the nature of how it goes, because when we're doing the auction,
true, because of the time.
There's a time frame. So I'll say, in the next 5 minutes at such and such time, we're going to stop the bidding, and we've done that because otherwise we'll be here all night and people will just be, doing the Price is Right, I'll bid $1 thing, and we'll be here for hours. But we were able to get rid of quite a bit of stuff, and
some cool art went to some great people.
People were super happy to get it.
Yeah, it was nice.
And we'd like to make that available again, just to kind of clean house here. And it is not easy. Again, if you go back and watch that first auction, Johnny was almost in tears letting go of some of this stuff because it means so much to him.
I have a lot of favorites that are still sitting in the deal that we didn't get to that first auction, and so it'll be opening up some more wounds where I'll be letting go of some stuff. But it's good though. It's exciting to think that there'll be some people that'll have some cool art, and
And in the meantime,
it continues to live.
Johnny is still, please, if you haven't liked and subscribed on YouTube, please do. And also like and follow on Facebook, because he will at times take a break at work and whip out a quick doodle, or you'll be sitting here at night and you'll whip up something fun.
Yeah.
So, and he's always posting those as original artwork too, which is something people do seek after, the original stuff. They like the originals. So check it out. Of course, on our website, johnnyjalopy.com, we have quite a bit of product over there as well. All the t-shirts we just came up with in the last couple of months, we rolled out 4 new t-shirt designs. I think that brings us up to like 25 or 26 designs now. There is quite a selection of t-shirts available. So look into that. Let us know what you want.
It is
We've
car
got
show
some
season.
hats.
You gotta run with your cool gear to the show.
We've got the Johnny sacks available still. We've got hats,
Stickers,
stickers, and the beanies. Of course, I'm wearing the beanie tonight, the Johnny Jalopy beanie. I wear this thing 24/7.
You do wear it all the time.
I wear it winter, spring, summer, fall. Doesn't matter. It's always on.
It is always on.
Women, if you don't want to do your hair,
women,
boom, beanie. Looks super cute. They're very comfortable. Black goes with everything. It's really a great product. I love it. Art says that's Johnny and ity's laughable secret too. Funny for TV. Zach Park said copper is the best for blow through. I take a copper pipe and beat it flat and then put it in the back of the metal that you're welding.
good.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah.
For sure. Mike Frucci said, going to be up in Pennsylvania from the end of August to the beginning of September. Going to try to hit Dead Man's Curve in Jersey. Fun. I don't know where it is, but it sounds amazing. Anything in Jersey is amazing. Draco Cycles joining us tonight. Draco, long time viewer of Sketchy Live. He's been here almost from
ride or
day
die,
one.
Man, that's the ride or die.
Yeah,
right
he's been a fantastic support. We had the pleasure to meet him in person. He is an artist as well, with some really great small, like mini designs. The way he can see,
I don't know how he does it.
He paints on like ping pong balls, and it's just phenomenal stuff. So go check it out. Draco Cycles. Thanks for joining us. We love you.
Yeah.
Hope all's well. Zach Park says, always feel free to reach out when you can't get a hold of Ian. I really appreciate and want to return the favor for helping me out.
Hey, you bet. Thank you.
Awesome. Guys, what are we thinking of this color scheme? I'm digging it. I've been a huge fan of the patina since
you knew what patina was.
Since I knew what patina was. Yes. How funny. I mean, because I've only ever been to car shows where there's been pristine cars. The minimal exposure to car shows that I had as a kid growing up, it was always the pristiners.
Cars. Yeah, you were all about the Christine.
So seeing the rat rods that you introduced me to, and I'm like, why would they take this crappy looking car and put brand new wheels on it? Remember? Yeah. I was like floored. I'm like, why would you do that? It doesn't go.
Let me teach you the ways.
Now I can't imagine it any other way. So I have learned. Mike is saying it's in Mawa. Oh, okay. I know the area.
Oh,
fun. Lizzie said, awesome job. Guy Hodges is saying, great color. I dig it too. And we're leaving. So right now the visor is already a rusted. It's not painted that way. It's rusted.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. That's probably the coolest element that I want to leave it for sure.
Yeah. It's cool, bro.
And Draco said, I love that color scheme. I love greens. Yeah, it's going to be
a
more of a turquoise.
A little more, turquoisey. But again, I'm still not totally sold out to this particular paint scheme.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen. Like even the wheel choice may change.
Yeah, that definitely could change. We're definitely going with wide whites, though.
Always.
But as far as the small on the front, the bigger on the back, we'll see.
Yeah.
Tire wise, and then definitely wheel wise. I mean, you've changed your mind on that several times. We have some wheels here that you were thinking of using, I thought. No, we don't anymore.
No.
These are the only ones you have for this car?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of Raquel then. So
I don't have any other wheels for Raquel either.
So yeah. We'll see how it progresses, but this gives you a little idea of what we're doing, where it's headed, what the vision is. And Johnny's just going to keep plugging away at these welds. And
yeah, that's been the challenge, is just trying to be better at welding and trying to learn. So, I mean,
make it bigger.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what's that?
I'm doing Spidey sense. That would be this.
Yeah.
That would be this.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more along the lines of just trying to figure out, again, the learning how to fabricate and how to how to do things with minimal tools and minimal stuff. That's been the challenge. Like even a vise. I wish I had I would love to have a workbench. I don't have a workbench.
I know. I'm sorry.
That I could put a vise on, because like today there was that piece I needed to bang down. If I would have had a vise. I mean, I was running all over the garage. Like I was on the edge of like one of the furniture movers we had, and had it like turned on its side and was trying to bend the metal and I was like, okay, that's not going to work. And then I tried to go over the edge of this, and that wouldn't work, and it's too big. And then
what about the table that you bought with the metal on the top?
I tried that.
That's not a work table.
What I needed to place this at the specific angle to bang it to bend the metal over was a big fat spot here, and a little where if I had it in a vise, I wouldn't be a problem. But I didn't have a vise, so. Yeah, but I found a way. I did, I manipulated it one way, and then took some pliers and bent it with my hands and got it as close to.
So you're kind of like a Jalopy Guyver right now, instead of a MacGyver.
I'm trying to make it work.
Jalopy
for sure.
Guyver.
But yeah, it's still a challenge, and it's been fun though, and I'm not complaining by any means. I'm lucky that I have what I have.
Frank said you could probably get a vise at Northern Tool.
I do. You have to have money to buy a vise. So, and I've already spent money on what I've already acquired to do what we've already done. So I've been a little hesitant to spend any more money.
You need to get what you need to get. So I'm in full support of you spending whatever you need to.
I understand that, but again, I have no space to put a table right now, and I really don't have a place to put a vise. A split second, I thought, I could always get one of those receiver vices that you put on the back of the Jeep, and put it in one of those. I could use it, but today it wouldn't have done me any good. It was pouring.
Cats and dogs out there today.
So that wouldn't have done me any good. But again, I'm not complaining. We're just utilizing what we got, and we're trying to make it happen.
Making it happen. Zach said, I vote pie crust cheater slicks, but then again, I always vote for pie crust cheater
Listen,
slicks.
I really wish if I really could have my choice of what I'd love to have. I wish I could afford a pair of I'm totally brain farting right now, but it's basically the same wheel types that they use on the Batmobile. Oh my god, I'm totally blanking on what they're called. They're my favorite wheel. And I'm
I don't think they are.
Brain farting right. But with those, with a setup, they use a lot of people with gassers use them. But yes, that would be awesome. Cheater slicks on the back would be sick. I would love to go a wider, bigger tire on the back. But I'm also just trying. That's why the tire that I have in the back is pretty brand new. I got them from Coker, and I was like,
and it is bigger than the front tire.
Yeah. No, we're correct in wheel shape and stuff like that. I think we're good. But it's always neater to have a little bit bigger tire. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not in any. Those are all the fun things at the end.
That'll be last.
I gotta get that cabin closed and do my little designing stuff I want to do at the back window, do the roof stuff, and get that going.
I love the flare that you've got off the top and the back here, right off the back.
Well, you've seen the metal that's draping over right now in the photos.
We're just gonna fill it in. Why don't you show some photos?
Yeah. Am I still sharing my screen?
You are.
Okay.
I'll just go to a solo layout until you're ready.
Okay, good.
The Evan said, Mr. Good Torch can make Mickey Mouse, jury rig, anything. Draco said, I bought a bracket at Harbor Freight that goes in the trailer hitch receiver and mounted a vise to it, and it works.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Bench needed.
Yep. I considered that. Yeah, if you look at, let me find that.
Guy Hodges said Raider, RADIR, Radier.
That's it, Raider. Yes.
Raider. Okay.
Thank you.
Draco said Halibrandish.
Halibrands. I do like those. I do like those wheels.
Mike said Krager SS. We have Kragers on Rock Hill.
Yes, I do. You can go to that thing now.
Okay.
So again, if you look at this piece of steel that's going on the top, can you see it?
Yeah.
Where my little hand is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that piece, that flap that hangs over the edge, I'm actually going to cut that and that's going to be part of. And again, this picture is old. The distance now in the back is much less.
Do you have any newer pictures?
I don't know.
Did you take some
I
today?
don't know if I got a side view.
I told you to take some today.
Well, I know, but it's not of what you said to take pictures of.
Well, I just thought it'd be nice to show people some of the progress in case they're not following.
No. Oh no, did I lose it?
A little bit, yeah. No, I'm still. I'm not doing screen share. I'm doing it overhead right now.
Okay.
Zach said chopping cars with a lack of tools can really make you a better fabricator. I did a lot with just an I-beam. You can put sheet on the I-beam and clamp down flat stock on top to create a big break. A cheap break and anvil, I suggest you getting. Yeah.
Yeah, I anvil I've definitely looked at. Well, this is frustrating because I did take photos. I did take photos today, but I'm not seeing them in here, and I did transfer them over. I mean, there's a better, again, so the idea is you can see how this is folded over where that clamp is. So that piece of sheet metal that's on the top of it, I plan to utilize that part.
Right.
And I'm going to round off, coming up off the back of the cab is going to round up, and then coming just like in the rendering. And then that's going to round up. And that's going to be like, almost like a little back visor almost.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look cool. I'm excited about it for sure. All right. Well, we are at about an hour and almost an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. So we're going to cut it. Yeah. But definitely, guys, go check out the website. Hit us up over there. Johnny loves the interaction on his page. So post away.
And of course, we love you guys on YouTube. Thanks so much for following us and watching the YouTube videos. We continue to gain followers, which is awesome. And watch time has been great. But please, please, please like and subscribe. Comment, of course. Are you still on my thing? Or are you on us?
I'm on us.
Okay. Like and subscribe, and of course, comments are the biggest thing over on YouTube that really show the algorithms that somebody is watching our YouTube channel
and
interacting. That this content needs to be seen by more people, so it pushes it more towards the forward when people are searching for different stuff. So your comments on YouTube, as much as your comments here from Facebook and everywhere, are so awesome. Unfortunately, those don't count towards that. So
and you've been really trying to scan any new notification that we get for comments.
I will absolutely try to immediately respond and of course thank you so much.
We have quite a bit of content on
there's a bunch YouTube. There's some fun stuff to watch over there. There's a lot of
shorts.
Yep. And of course, if you go to our website, another fun place if you want to see. I would say if you're new to Sketchy Live, go back and watch season 1 and really watch where you can see the difference in how we do this and see progressively how each year suddenly you see our faces all of a sudden and the displease.
We're still not sure if that's a good thing.
The displease and why do I got to be seen? And oh my God, why do you even need me to be on here type thing? Is ityB did. You can take the like and comment off thing now.
We talk about my hair and makeup budget.
Yeah, it's so funny. But we've grown leaps and bounds as far as technology and stuff like that. So hopefully we've made the content and what you see on here a lot better, and that you enjoy watching Sketchy Live. And we'll see you next Monday. That you'll come back and you'll continue and you'll tell your friends, hey, you should check out this
stuff happening.
There's not only drawing going on, but they talk about a bunch of stuff. Like, last week we talked about what shoe is your shoe.
Be quick because I want to let people.
Well, a guy contacted me. He's like, "Hey, man, by the way, I wear Vans as a fabricator." Blah blah blah. He goes, "But they make steel toe sneakers."
Oh.
And I was like, "Huh." He's like, "Yeah, you should check into it." So I did remember seeing steel toed sneakers at my work once that were made by Reebok. They were terribly ugly, but I was like, that's still pretty cool that they would make a sneaker. So I'm going to look into, or maybe I just figure a way to put some steel toe pieces in my Converse and make my own steel toe Converse.
Oh, geez. Give him a welder and he feels unstoppable now.
I don't by any means think that at all.
I'm kidding.
Come hang out with me at 8:30 this morning. And I was far from I just sat down and just was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Oh, don't even.
No, I'm serious. I had a moment. Let's be honest. This is the cool part about what we do, and I'm trying to be very, very open about my journey in this whole project of building this car and doing stuff. But I had a moment this morning when I started trying to weld, and those giant holes were back open that I just fixed. And I was like, oh my god, I felt like I had accomplished so much. And then I turned the welder on, and boosh, big giant hole. And I sat down and was like, maybe I can't do this. Maybe everything else I'm doing, I've been able to achieve some stuff, but maybe I can't do this. So that's when I was like, I wish I could text Ian, and I wish he could just tell me what I'm doing wrong.
What am I doing wrong?
You know what I mean? That, like, the whole moment of like, if my sensei could just tell me why my karate chop is not working. And it was super early, so I had to sit there and just kind of go, okay, you're not going to quit, because that's not who you are. I'm not a quitter. And you started this thing. You're going to figure it out. You just need to stop, slow down, think about what you've been taught, what you've watched, and start there. So I did some adjustments on my own. Try the coat hanger thing. So I did some stuff with that and was making good progress. And then I got the text from Ian. He's like, well, try this, try that. And so I did some of that.
And that helped?
It did. I mean, it helped because I again didn't feel so alone in it. Like, the person I was reaching out to was like, yeah, dude, you'll be fine. So that was cool. But like, it was a moment I'm like, boy, I sure wish Art would show up. And now I know that it's Monday, so I figured
we need to post our
so
address for people.
No, I knew
so
it was Monday. It was Monday, and I was like, oh, he's probably working and busy and stuff, and I'm not generally off on Mondays. And so I was like, shit. Well, okay. And I just went back at it, and made a mockery of what I was doing, but I made some progress, and I fixed some of the big.
You did make some progress.
I fixed some of the big giant holes. I got one whole side completed, and the other side is just. I was like, okay. For some reason, this driver's side is just giving me so much trouble with the blow through. But anyways, I was able to make it through. And are you giving me the hand signal?
No, I'm stretching,
but
yes, we need to wrap it up.
Anyway, just as so anybody out there, if you're feeling frustrated and whatever, just
hang in there.
Hang in. Take a second. Don't throw stuff, which I didn't do. That's would have been my normal thing to do. Not normal thing, but yeah, just regroup. Believe that you can do it, and go out there and keep trying.
Just breathe.
Because that was the thing. I'm like, why am I trying? I'm not a fabricator. Why am I trying so hard? Like, I'm not allowing myself to not know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So, hey, Johnny, you're learning. So cut yourself some slack. Go back in there, try again. Keep trying. You're gonna figure this out.
If at first you don't succeed,
sure.
Try
but that's been the thing.
Again.
That's been the thing in my life. Just like this. Just like art. No one taught me how to do this. I taught myself how to do all the stuff that I've learned how to do. And there are many moments I was going to give up. And I'm like, no, if I can learn how to do that, I'm going to figure it out. That's who I am. I'm not a quitter. I'm the guy that goes, okay, you tell me I can't do this?
Watch me.
I'm going to figure this out. So you can do the same thing. So JohnnyJalopy.com, please check out the website, head over there and check it out. We sure appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hopefully you're gaining something from this. Hopefully you feel inspired to go try your project that maybe you weren't doing. Or if you're a guy that's already a fabricator, know that there are guys out there that really look up to you, what you do. And when you're at car shows and stuff, don't be afraid to share some of your talents and different things like that, because there are guys like me who would love to glean from guys with knowledge and have been doing it forever. And or if you know somebody who has a project and maybe they need a little help, be that guy that kind of says, hey man, what can I do to help you get this thing going? That was the cool thing that Art did. He stepped up and he did that. He was like, hey man, what can I do to help you? And he didn't tell me what to do. He was like, I don't want to do this because I know that's your goal, but I'm here to help you.
He literally, I watched him stand back, his hands behind him, just kind of looking around, and he'd go, that thing over there, you might want to
Yeah.
Oh, look at that thing's moved, or whatever.
Yeah, it was cool.
And you'd be like, oh, I didn't see that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Having a second set of
hey,
eyes.
be
is
careful on that
amazing.
thing. He was like, hey,
Yeah.
watch out for this.
Yeah.
Anyways, again, hopefully you got some from. We sure appreciate you guys hanging out with us another Monday night in the books. Boop. Is that what you're doing? Oh, we're doing our freeze frame.
Okay.
For the thumbnail.
All right, guys.
Super cool.
We will see you next Monday. Sketchy Live.